Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's show. We have some great news for you. What is the latest here? As the House passed a major expansion of labor rights, but no surprise, in the filibuster Senate, it faces a steep climb to approval. Take a look at the bill, why it's so important, and why it's been quite surprising to see some members of the House take pretty strong pro-union stances as of late. The White House also said that Biden's name won't appear on future stimulus checks and other news. Also, take a look at a great piece about why the British monarchy should be abolished and really why monarchies in general are a bad concept in relation with the whole Harry and Meghan interview. Also, the British media having a meltdown. Piers Morgan exposed as somebody who tried to kiss up to Meghan Markle, but Meghan Markle cut him off and he didn't like it. And that massive meltdown he had today, we will play and react for you on the show. Meanwhile, the entire staff of the Nevada Democratic Party quit after the Democratic Socialist slate won every seat. And we will top it off with a great video that Zach has promised me is very, very good. About, what is it? It's something from Turning Point USA.
The Equality Act.
The Equality Act.
From Turning Point USA.
From Turning Point USA. We're going to break it down for you. We're going to brush through all these topics and have another great show for you today. And, of course, yes, as you know, Zach and Eli are back with us. Thank you guys so much once again for joining us.
Yeah. What's up?
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. We are starting with some pretty cool and good news. Right now on a bill that was already passed in 2019.
Cool and good news.
Cool and good, folks. The House on Tuesday, they approved the most significant expansion of labor rights since the New Deal, which pretty much shows you how much, literally, we had the New Deal in terms of making a labor, building labor power from the government. It was the New Deal. It was, a little bit of it was, some of it came back in the 1960s with the Great Society programs, but it was pretty much all downhill from the New Deal as far as labor has been concerned. And this is going to be such a significant thing, really, because it's the only effort that people have made in a long time to really expand unions. So this is advancing a bill that would neutralize right-to-work laws in 27 states and bolster workers' ability to unionize after years of eroding clout. The bill is called the Protect the Right to Organize Act and would amend a decades-old labor law to protect workers from seeking to form a union from retribution or firing, strengthen the government's power to punish employees who violate workers' rights, and outlaw mandatory meetings that employers often rely on to quash the organizing drive, like exactly what we are seeing on in Amazon. So pretty much taking away some of the key tactics that have made bosses so effective as of late of stopping unions to organize. It's very, very hard to form a union here in the United States, and actually makes the government powerful enough to punish these companies. So right now it passed the House, I believe, with 5 Republicans actually joining the Democrats in support here. It also was very important. It would make it harder for companies like Uber and Lyft to classify workers as independent contractors, paving the way for a potentially dramatic expansion of the pool of workers eligible to unionize. So that is a big thing that they were really trying to push through with Prop 22 in a Democratic state like California. They were very, very successful with that. But if this bill passes, it'll be a huge bulwark for all that. Guys, let's start with Zach here. What do you think of the concept? And, of course, Eli, you can just jump right in of this bill in going through the House in the first place.
Good. Anything that expands union rights, in my eyes, is a win, if that's actually what it does. So,
yeah, I'm definitely pro-union. I support workers' rights to organize, just like I support anyone else's rights to organize. So protecting those fundamental rights should be protected if that's what the bill does.
If you can get 5 Republicans, it must be something pretty good.
Yeah, even in the House,
that's unheard of nowadays. Yeah. 5 Republicans in the House. That's like a unanimous vote in the 80s.
Yeah, it's a very, very significant thing. Just judging on how just polarized and partisan everything is these days. The measure was all but certain to run into a brick wall of opposition in the Senate, where 60 votes would be needed to advance the filibuster, and Republicans are broadly opposed. It passed the House 225 to 206, with 5 Republicans joining the Democrats in favor. So pretty much what this is going to have to do is like they're going to really do some political work to pass this bill, and this is a priority. Like this is going to be such a small step in the right direction after like years of just erosion of union power, but it is going to require a bit of political maneuvering to do. I mean, with a bit, which is just like getting rid of the filibuster and getting this bill through, because it's never really going to get 60 votes. But do you think that? Do you guys think that the Democratic Party and Joe Biden will use this political power, whatever political power they have, to get this through?
Well, if they have 5 Republicans in the House, well, how many in the Senate are in favor?
According to the New York Times, they say Senate chances are slim. So
yeah, pretty much because it needs 60 votes to advance past the filibuster, and Republicans are going to be broadly opposed. But I don't know if there's any Democrats have been. Of course, yeah, you have this bill as being a radical, backward-looking legislation which will diminish the rights of workers and employees while harming the economy and providing a political gift to labor unions and their special interests, says Virginia Fox, with 2 X's, a Republican of North Carolina, during the House debates. And so, yeah, that's pretty much kind of the strategy that the Republicans are dealing with now. It just does not seem like it is like going to be very politically popular, but it's still, with the fact that the real special interests that actually control things are solidly anti-union, it is still going to have a lot of purchase, I would say.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And I mean, I think it's going to be really interesting to see like what is the bill where Biden, what is the time where Biden like puts up a fight? Like, I really don't see this as being it. I could see him be like pulling exactly like the minimum wage. Like, oh well, we tried.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
you
think
can always pass them a minimum wage in a separate law. They didn't have to force it through the stimulus.
Well, they effectively did.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're going to get rid of the filibuster, which they still would have to do if they want to get anything done. And I feel like them just if they pass the filibuster, they like once they do the first part, they'll just be too tired to be like, oh yeah, well now we have to go past the PRO Act again. But it seems like it's going to be a clearly failed thing in the Senate. But it's going to be interesting to see how far Biden goes on this. Like, it's going to have to come, I think, eliminating the filibuster like at some point. But I don't know. We're going to also take a look at this one. This is an interesting story. The Defense Secretary approves keeping 2,200 guards at the Capitol through late May. National Guard troops here. They're talking about through late May. Again, continuing a deployment that began on the January 6th assault on the Capitol by supporters of former President Donald Trump. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said the Guard troops would remain on Capitol Hill, approving a request from the U.S. Capitol Police to extend the deployment that is set to have expired on Friday. So yeah, what do you guys think of this? Like, this seems like, what is the justification that could possibly make sense here?
I heard there's like QAnon people who keep like changing the date of like they're gonna like attack. I don't know. I honestly like I feel like I don't know. Like it doesn't seem necessary to me, but then again it's like I don't have all the security information, so
yeah, I think that like that's such a like silly I mean like non-smart, I guess, way to like kind of process the information. Because like, why should we give these people the benefit of the doubt? Like, I think it's like a really bad place that we put ourselves in. Like, assuming that these people have something, they know something that we don't know, which they definitely do. But like, what are their motives? Like, what are their motives? Are they to protect and serve the people? Like, I mean, this, and I think one of the biggest things that have come out of this Capitol riot.
Probably, I don't know.
I mean, was that the fact that we don't even talk about how easily this would have been prevented by the fact that if we just had normal levels of police or appropriate levels of police outside. Like, the National Guard wouldn't have been necessary if there had been a proper protected perimeter there in the first place. But instead, we have a lot of very powerful interests like kind of coming together to say, like, this was like a terrorist attack, this is a new 9/11, and it pretty much leads to a very bad culture and road to go down.
I want to call the riots a new 9/11.
I heard people are saying that, but that's insane.
Yeah, trying to make it in terms of like conceptually, like this is a great excuse to like open up a new war, like a new front of our kind of like surveillance capabilities, and pretty much do it to crazy.
If Congress uses this as an excuse to increase spying, I'll never forgive them. I mean, I already hate them, but like that would be a step over the line. How much
more spying could they possibly do? I take that back
I don't know.
immediately.
They could do a lot more.
Yeah. Don't provoke them.
I mean, yeah, it's already pretty bad. At least we're not like China, but
yeah. So, Yoganda Pittman formally asked the Defense Department, the acting chief of the Capitol Police, to keep thousands of National Guard troops. She cited a 93% increase in threats against lawmakers during January and February compared to the same period last year as part of the reason for requesting the extension. Like, shouldn't the Capitol Police be able to do the job? Like, are they not? Are they that like poorly equipped that they can't provide basic security to the members of Congress? Like, it shouldn't be that hard.
So.
Like, but I don't know. Like, what is the alternative?
I think if the answer to that is yes, which it seems like it could be, since the whole January 6th thing, then like what are they doing to reform it? And I don't know if they are. Are they doing anything?
They haven't. I think they're looking for a new police chief. Does that count?
Yeah, they're definitely looking for a new police chief because they have the acting one in there now. But like, what is the thing that what I can't put together is like, what is the point of the thing to be gained by just having these troops hang around longer? Like, it sucks for them, sure, but like, are you going to pass a new law out of it? I don't know. I mean, what are they doing by having these people around? I just feel like. But it generally just sets a very bad precedent, creates a bad culture, around this issue that can only lead to, like, it's not the direction that we want to go in, I guess.
Do you think it could lead to more violence? Is that what you're?
No, I'm saying like. Well, I'm just kind of saying like it could lead to more like increase in the surveillance.
I don't think anyone wants like the nation's capital be under control of the military like 100% of the time, but.
Well, I don't think the National Guard's really the military. Like, it's a step down. Right.
But I mean, it really hasn't. It's just now. 3 days ago was 2 months ago. So, I think. I mean, if that statistic, the 90% thing, is really true, that seems plenty of reason enough to have a few more National Guards around, at least until Biden's presidency is really settled in. I mean, that doesn't seem too unreasonable to me.
Is he not already settled in?
I don't know. I mean,
he's been president for 2 months.
I feel like it's very easy to be like, well, he just needs to settle in for a few more months and then just keep kicking the can down the road.
100 days, maybe, I would consider. I mean, not even 2 months.
That would be to like April, I think, 100 days. In 2 years of presidency. I mean,
it's still an extremely fresh presidency.
It feels like he's done a lot, though.
I'm making this off the top of my head, but I mean, I feel like he's probably appointed freaking more cabinet positions already than like Trump has ever.
Yeah, because he really didn't leave a lot of people. He like left a lot of spots open.
Trump didn't do like anything in terms of cabinet appointments except for like literally just installing lobbyists.
I mean, that's like he filled the posts, but just literally with people who are like designed to destroy, like, for example, like the EPA, like Scott Pruitt, and putting like Rick Perry in the Department of Energy originally, even though like he said he forgot that he would say that he would wanted to get rid of the Department of Energy. Like, that was kind of what Trump did. Another kind of interesting little tidbit is the White House says that Biden's name won't appear on future stimulus checks. The New York Times reporting here, all reporting, by the way, so far has been from the New York Times. The next round of stimulus checks that Congress is expected to approve this week will not include President Biden's name, a White House official said on Tuesday.
What is it, like on the bill?
Yeah, so this decision, again, breaks with the practice of his predecessor, Donald Trump, who sought to take credit for the payments by personally branding them. Like, honestly, like, why not?
What does the bill say from Trump? What?
Yeah, the bill says, like, the stimulus check says, from Donald Trump.
Is that a joke?
No, it literally
They
does.
actually said that?
Yeah, it does. It says, like, I don't know the exact, like,
That is so
says,
cringe.
like,
Why
from
did it ever
President
say that
Donald
in the
Trump.
first place?
Because he wants you to know who's sending you the money. Like,
No,
I think it makes a lot
federal
of sense.
government is sending the money, not Trump.
But politically, though, it makes a lot of sense to like say, yeah, here we are, we're giving you these checks. Like, don't forget it. You know?
Nah, that's messed up. I think you should just say from the government.
It's a perfectly like it. Yeah, it should. But
that's a stupid level of parse. Okay, really? What if it said like from the Democrats? Come on.
If you're the Democratic Party, you're in the party of power, and you want to be the people like giving. You want
this
people
is
to know
ridiculous.
that you're giving.
No, this shit's
checks.
like mob rule garbage. That is a ridiculous level of partisanship. How could you possibly agree with that?
I mean, I would get your point. I would get your point if a single Republican like voted for the bill at any point or any time. Like, it literally is from the Democrats. Like, no Republican played a role in like getting this bill passed. So
yeah, well, I don't mind saying that like on Twitter or whatever, but putting it on a bill, like a literal check that you send out to the American people, I
would give you that. It's very tacky. And like it's very weird, I guess. It's like it's uncouth. But if you're talking like if Trump did it, I question how important
just because someone did it doesn't mean it's
don't make this argument. Oh, Trump did it, so now the Democrats.
But I will make the argument that it's the politically smart thing to do. Like,
why?
Because it is. Like, you're telling
just because
people...
it's politically smart doesn't mean it's morally right.
The politically smart thing to do is also like suppress...
I mean, the morally wrong thing is not giving people the checks in the first place. Like, if you're giving them the checks, like, who cares what name is written on them? It doesn't make them worth less.
First of all, just so we're clear, the politically smart decision in like Russia is to murder all your political opponents and put them in jail.
There's a big difference between that and like putting your name on the checks.
But I'm saying, you said it's the politically smart thing to do is not always the thing that you should be doing.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean,
because first of all, how would you like if the Republicans did that? That would be freaking disrespectful as hell.
I mean, oftentimes, like even in normal, like the politically smart thing, like if you do something immoral, you're gonna pay the price for it anyway. It's like it
just sends the message that like.
But I don't think that's immoral though.
No, it just sends the message that like I don't like the image that sends because I feel like it's saying like a group is in control of the government, not like the government.
But it would be Joe Biden like putting his name personally, like as the president.
I still think that's weird, and also it's not him sending the bill; it's the government. It's our money.
Yeah,
we pay taxes and we get a little bit of it back.
Yeah, that's technically right, but it would be. I mean, if you want to brand yourself as the party that gives money to people, I mean, technically this would be a bad idea because you're literally giving people less money.
It's
than
not
Trump
their
gave them.
money.
But,
that's my point. It's not their money to give. I mean, it is their money to give away, but it's not their money.
Yeah, you pay the government.
I mean, they're printing the money, so
yeah.
All right, that's a whole different thing. My point is like, it's from Donald Trump as if like, I don't know. It's not
also, most people aren't even going to be getting the checks. It's just going to be direct deposit into their bank accounts. So it's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah, it really isn't. All right, let's move on.
Yeah. Wait, I don't. So it's like the memo line, whatever.
Yeah,
I think that's why it. Yeah.
That's so cringe.
Would say probably normally from the IRS? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna.
No, that's a collection.
But that's how they put it out.
Well, when you get the direct deposit, it says it's from the IRS.
Really?
Because they have everyone's information.
That everybody's bank account. Whoa.
All right, continue, Oshi.
All right, we have pretty fun clip here for everybody today. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear this, but this is Piers Morgan. I
already watched it.
Yeah, I know you've already seen this. You know what? Actually, yeah, if you've already seen this, then yeah, I could just play it normally, over the podcast here. But yeah, pretty much what happened is in the wake of the Meghan Markle, Prince Harry interview, Piers Morgan was on his program. This is again, I believe, what now for the. I'm getting all time warped here. This was the second day that they had to react to this, and they were still going on about it. It really has dominated the headlines, especially in Britain. And I do want to get to another great piece from Hamilton Nolan in the New York Times about this. He's a great writer talking about why just the monarchy is bad in the first place. But we still just have to react to this wonderful clip of Piers Morgan getting called out for his pretty obscene coverage, which, I mean, include pretty much saying that, when Meghan Markle said that the royal life drove her to suicide, Piers Morgan responded by saying, I wouldn't believe her if she told me the weather. She's lost all credibility to me. Like, just awful kind of guy. 100%. So yeah, here he is kind of getting called out for that on today's show.
Amount of negative press. I watched the program yesterday, and yes, they had some great press around the wedding, but what press is going to trash someone's special day? There was bad press around the engagement, before the engagement, and everything that has followed since has been incredibly damaging, quite clearly to Meghan's mental health and also to Harry. And I hear Piers say that, William has gone through the same thing. But do you know what? Siblings experience tragedy in their life, and one will be absolutely fine and brush it off, and the other will not be able to deal with it so strongly. And that's clearly what has happened with Prince Harry in this situation. He walked behind his mother's coffin at a tender age in front of the globe. That is going to shape a young boy for the rest of his life. So I think that we need to all take a step back. And I understand that you don't like Meghan Markle. You've made it so clear a number of times on this programme, a number of times. And I understand that you've got a personal relationship with Meghan Markle, or had one, and she cut you off. She's entitled to cut you off if she wants to. Has she said anything about you since she cut you off? I don't think she has, but yet you continue to trash her.
OK, I'm done with this.
No.
Sorry, no. Sorry.
Do you know
So
what?
yeah,
That's
he is
being-
leaving the set there.
No.
See you later.
I'm being...
Sorry, can't
Walking
see this.
off the
Absolutely
set.
diabolical behaviour. I'm sorry, but Piers spouts off on a regular basis, and we all have to sit there and listen. 6:30 to 7 o'clock yesterday was incredibly hard to watch. Incredibly hard to watch.
So yeah, that is Alex Beresford, who's the weatherman on that show, pretty much coming out and telling Piers Morgan the what for, making him leave the set and pretty much leave the show. He decided to, apparently, I don't know, it's kind of unclear whether he quit or he actually quit, but he is off of Good Morning Britain, an incredible flame out over the past few days, and leading up to that on Twitter, just absolutely melting down over Harry and
of
Meghan's
biblical
interview.
proportions.
Yeah, this is like all the jokes you could make about someone like having a normal one, or being mad online, or like needing to log off, or just needing to chill. That is
Actually such a cringe lord.
really, really something. So, yeah, so that is a... Yeah, like the fact that he said some of the things about like the suicide, like the suicide claims, were just completely disturbing stuff to see. And really, right at the same time, that like British network was doing a whole thing about like Mental Health Week and how we got to raise awareness for mental health, and it was just like, yeah, just complete and total mess. So yeah, what was your reaction on the whole situation, Zach?
I mean, when I first saw it this morning, I thought the weatherman was saying some pretty reasonable stuff, and then Pierce just, out of nowhere starts throwing a hissy fit and crying because God forbid, like, somebody call racism. I don't understand his deal, and I don't know how does he get so upset that he has to walk off the set.
Yeah, literally walk off the show. Like he didn't even. He's not even going to be
That
back.
serious.
Yeah, like
I hope find something else to do.
Yeah, he has another column, no surprise, in the Daily Mail. So, like he'll be back, and a big thing that he always knows, like he knows what to do is like how to get ratings and how to get attention for himself, and he has been no stranger to that. I mean, it's kind of surprising that they would have fired him because like that's what he's paid to draw the attention. He's paid to say the controversial things so that the co-host beside him can be like, oh no, come on. But it really has been incredible how insane like the British media has been to criticize Meghan Markle, even more than they were ever for Jeremy Corbyn. Got 25 negative pages in the Daily Mail, Meghan Markle did, where Corbyn only got 13, about how he was literally like ISIS and Hitler all rolled into one. But he was, like that was a really kind of incredible comparison from the threats of like, oh, remember, don't make the same mistake your mother did, Prince Harry. You're gonna regret it just like she did. Like that was just some remarkable stuff. Like you could play the wink gif there that's been going around. Is that from WandaVision?
Huh?
The like exaggerated wink, the lady doing the exaggerated wink.
I think
The witch,
so.
yeah.
Scarlet Witch.
No, this is talking about Agatha.
Oh, just kidding.
You know how she like winks when she like does her magic.
And
I
she
don't
like
watch WandaVision.
does this like really
What a
exaggerated
loser!
wink.
I know. Sorry.
Yeah, I heard it was from WandaVision. I don't watch it either, so you're good.
I guess I'm
Wow,
both.
loser.
Yeah, don't
I'm
feel
excited for
bad.
Falcon and the Soldier next week. So
Is it? I thought the show was like done already.
No,
Falcon and the
is
Soldier is the next show.
Oh, there's another show already.
Yeah, Disney be like rolling out these shows.
Still the same characters that like. I mean, that's technically a new one, but still, like,
Disney Plus has
properties.
100 million subscribers now.
I know they got 100 million subscribers in like less than 2 years.
pretty impressive.
100 million subscribers. What is a Disney Plus subscription?
It's say $7 a month.
Wow.
I pay for it, so I would know.
And here's a little clip.
700
Here's a little great a great clip from really a little bit about maybe why Piers Morgan did not get on so well with Meghan Markle, and kind of a great testament to what Prince Harry was saying about like this kind of pay to play relationship that the British press has with the monarchy, and also with politicians there as well.
Martinis and a couple of pints. We got on brilliantly. And then I put her in a cab, and it turned out to be a cab that took her to a party where she met Prince Harry. And then the next night, they had a solo dinner together, and that was the last I ever heard from Meghan Markle. And I have never heard from her again.
So what happened?
She ghosted me, Ryan. Meghan Markle ghosted me.
Did she? Do you think she just went? Gone.
I'm afraid. Look, I really liked it. This is why it hurts. No, martinis and a couple of pints.
Yeah, like he's literally talking about how we met once and then she never talked to me again. I thought we were gonna get invited to a wedding. Like he literally said I put her in a cab that went to the party where she ended up meeting Prince Harry. And I never saw her again. Like he was supposed to like claim responsibility, and literally just the wonderful line at the end there was like, it kind of hurt a little. No, it didn't really. But unless like that kind of like perfectly like, oh, I'm not that mad, but I really am. It's like it's just really just a complete influence peddling. Thank God we don't have anything like that here. Our media culture so great, so perfect in every way. But yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah, I mean, there's no corruption in our media. There's no
Fox News, Newsmax, OAN.
Basically every single news company.
There's no like blatant political operatives that get hired to host Sunday shows. George Stephanopoulos.
How is he a political operative?
He literally used to work in the Bill Clinton White House as like their speechwriter or something.
So doesn't make him a political operative.
He literally was a political operative.
What about